The British Grenadiers is a traditional marching song of British and Canadian military units whose badge of identification carries the grenade, the tune of which dates from the 17th century. It is the Regimental Quick March of the Royal Artillery Corps of Royal Engineers, the Honourable Artillery Company, Grenadier Guards, the 1st Regiment of Foot Guards, and the Royal Regiment of Fusiliers. It is also an authorised march of the Royal Gibraltar Regiment, the Royal Regiment of Canadian Artillery, the Canadian Grenadier Guards, the Royal Regiment of Canada, the Princess Louise Fusiliers, and the 5th Canadian Mounted Rifles. The standard orchestration for the military band was approved in 1762, when the Royal Artillery Band became officially recognised, and for all other grenade regiments in 1763, when the remaining unofficial bands gained official status. History. A song entitled "The New Bath," found in John Playford's dance books from the 17th century, is thought to be the origin. However, it is also suggested that it was derived from the Dutch march Mars van der Jong Prins van Friesland. The first notes of this tune are similar. The march was introduced to Great Britain during the reign of the Dutch stadholder King William III. Today it is played at special events in the Netherlands, as a musical tribute to the Ministry of Defence, and is a substitute for the Wilhelmus in absence of the monarch. The first known association of the tune with the regiment is in 1706 as the Grenadiers March, and the first version printed with lyrics from around 1750. It was a popular tune throughout the 18th and 19th centuries, and remains so until this day. During Operation Market Garden, a few men of the British 1st Airborne Division are said to have played this song using a flute and a few helmets and sticks as drums. It is played annually at the Trooping the Colour in London. Additionally, the first 8 measures are played during the ceremony when the escort for the colour marches into position on Horse Guards Parade. Some former British units have also had it as the March. Royal Dublin Fusiliers. Lyrics. The following text is the most well-known version of the song. The text arguably dates back to the War of Spanish Succession, since it refers to the grenadiers throwing grenades and the men wearing caps and pouches, and looped clothes, coats with broad bands of lace across the chest that distinguished early grenadiers. Some talk of Alexander, and some of Hercules, of Hector and Lysander, and such great names as these. But of all the world's great heroes, there's none that can compare with a to the British Grenadiers. Those heroes of antiquity ne'er saw a cannon-ball, or knew the force of powder to slay the foes withal. But our brave boys do know it, and banish all the fears, with a to for the British Grenadiers. Whene'er we are commanded to storm the palisades, our leaders march with fusées, and we with hand grenades. We throw them from the glacis about the enemy's ears, sing to the British Grenadiers. And when the siege is over, we to the town repair. The townsmen cry, "Hurrah, boys! Here comes a grenadier! Here come the grenadiers, my boys, who know no doubts or fears." Then sing to the British Grenadiers. Then let us fill a bumper, and drink a health of those who carry caps and pouches, and wear the looped clothes. May they and their commanders live happy all the years, with a to for the British Grenadiers. Historical terms. There are a number of words in the song which are not in current usage. Fusees. The grenadier officers carried fusées, fusils, a shortened musket. Glacis, a term in the science of fortification, referring to the smooth sloping embankment that usually preceded the pit in front of the walls of a fort, designed to deflect cannonballs, but also to give defenders a clear field of fire on the attack. attackers, making it a dangerously exposed place to stand throwing grenades. Bumper. A bumper was any container that could be used to clink with another reveler's bumper in or toast to someone's health. It could be filled with beer or some other alcoholic drink. It usually referred to a handled vessel such as a beer mug or jack, but it could refer to a beaker or even to a punch bowl that could be picked up and passed around for everyone to quaff. Looped clothes. It means looped, and refers to the exaggerated lace binding of buttonholes, or loops that extended across the breast, which distinguished early grenadiers' uniforms. This imitated the costume of Eastern European troops and was intended, along with tall caps and moustaches, to give an impression of barbaric fierceness. Tororo. This mimics the beat of drums. In popular culture, the character Mr. Bucket in the Dickens novel Bleak House plays this song on the fife in Chapter 49. The tune is heard by the protagonist Rifleman Dodd of the British Army in C.S. Forrester's Death to the French when he rejoins his unit. In the fourth series of Blackadder, theme composer Howard Goodall incorporated the first two bars of the march into the series' theme song. During the episode Merry Christmas Mr. Bean hums the song whilst playing with Queen's Guard figurines. This itself could be a reference to Blackadder's usage of it. Rowe and Atkinson played both Blackadder and Mr. Bean. The tune occurs as the main theme of the finale of the fourth piano concerto of Ignaz Moscheles. The Gentleman Soldier, another traditional British song, uses the same tune. In the movies Listen to Britain, Horatio Hornblower, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, Empire of the Sun, Sharp's Company, Barry Lyndon, Under Capricorn, The Italian Job, The Patriot, 55 Days at Peking, Pride and Amp, Prejudice, The Four Feathers, Diamonds Are Forever, Break of Morant and Pattern, The British Grenadiers is played. It can also be heard at the end of The Life and Death of Colonel Blimp. The tune, with a different trio section, was used as the regimental march of the Hanoverian Grenadier Guards in Hanover, Germany, until 1866. It had also been taken into the Royal Prussian Army March Collection's second volume earlier as Army March AM 252 in 1821. Some people like a motorbike, some say a tram. For me or for Bonnie Annie Laurie they'd lay them Doon and Dee, deliberately set to the same melody. A Transport of Delight by Flanders _and _Swan uses the tune and begins. Some speak of a Lagonda, some like a smart MG. The University of Liverpool School of Medicine's Medical Students Society anthem, Jack Leggett's song, is set to this tune. A rather bawdy version exists about the grenadier suffering and spreading syphilis. This song is well known and popular as a drinking song amongst historical reenactors. The melody is used in a pro-labor song, The 8-Hour Day, which appears on the album American Industrial Ballads by Pete Seeger. The tune was used as the start-up theme for Associated Rediffusion, when they made the first British commercial television broadcast in September 1955. British Grenadiers was used alongside Blithe Spirit by Richard Addinsell for at least another year. The melody is used as the basis for Hornet Squadron's song In Piece of Cake, with new lyrics. British Grenadiers is also the Regimental Quick March of the Fort Henry Guard. It is also frequently used by the drill squad of the Guard as a marching song. The tune is used in the Biochemist's Songbook Song in Praise of Glycolysis, text MP3. The tune is used in the PC game Sid Meier's Pirates to represent the English presence in the Caribbean. The tune is occasionally heard in the animated TV series Skunk Fu. The beginning of the tune is heard at the start of each level in the iPod Touch game Crazy Tanks. A school in New South Wales, Australia, has an adapted version of this for its song. In 20th century Northern Baptist and Disciples of Christ hymnals, the tune, called Sheffield, or Sheffield to distinguish it from other tunes named Sheffield, is commonly set to the text, "Hail to the Lord's Anointed" by James Montgomery. It also appears on the BBC drama series Ashes to Ashes, in the 2 last episodes of the series. The 2012 anime series Girls und Panzer features a version of the theme, as the leitmotif of St. Gloriana Girls' School. The full song, Gross Chapel British Grenadiers, incorporates a section of the song. In the AMC series Turn, Captain Simcoe of the Royal Army hums the tune during Episode 3, Season 1 to antagonize his American captors when he believes a Tory militia is on the way.